just gotta be honest with you for a second. I tried everything out there to try and clear up my skin, and out of everything that I did, this is by far the only thing that really worked. Hey there, beautiful. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Celine Noel. I'm an aspiring cosmetic chemist and entrepreneur, and it's my passion to help you become the most beautiful, best version of yourself inside and out. Sorry, I literally can't wink. Okay. Also, be sure to follow me on social media right here, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video so you can see all of the best and latest things on self-improvement, because that is my thing. I love goal setting, beauty, entrepreneurship, lifestyle, all of the above. Self-improvement is my thing. So if you're into that, do subscribe. And all right, I'll stop talking. Let's jump right in. So I struggled with acne for a really long time, and I know that there's lots of people out there that still struggle with this, and so that's why I wanted to make this video, because I was like, you know what? That was one of the hardest things I ever went through. It was feeling so insecure and just awful about my skin. I hated my skin. It wasn't that I didn't like myself, it was just that I didn't like the way I looked, and a lot of people have been there, but I was just so embarrassed by how awful my skin was. Sometimes it was so bad I didn't want to leave the house. I was just a mess. So today I just kind of wanted to share my story with you guys and let you know everything that I did to clear up my skin, everything I tried, and I also want to share the one thing that really worked for me, because at the end of it all, there's only one thing that I really did try that actually worked for my skin. And first, a little backstory. So I started breaking out when I was like, I want to say like 8 or 9. Okay, I was really little. First of all, you have to understand that I matured so quickly, like beyond quickly. I just puberty hit me fast and hard when I was young. Wow. Anyway, like I was 5'9" in 7th grade. And if you can picture like 7th graders, I don't know, they're pretty small. And for me to be 5'9" in 7th grade, like I just shot up, and then I stopped growing. So basically, I just grew really fast, and that's just kind of what happened. So the earliest I can remember breaking out, I was like 8 or 9, but it didn't really become a problem until about 6th grade. Then again, I knew absolutely nothing about acne, and I was like, just whatever, all right, hopefully this goes away soon. Because I knew that teenagers had acne, and I was like, all right, I just gotta be ready for this, you know? Oh my gosh, it was so bad. I remember oh my gosh, this is so sad looking back, but I remember I would use body washes, like soap bars that are meant to be used for your body, like Dove soap bars, on my face because I thought that that would help, because I could feel like soap really cleans your skin, and I had no idea how awful that was for me to be putting like soap bars on my face. Oof. Yeah, little Celine went through a lot. Anyway, back to the story. I didn't really try to clear up my skin. I didn't know what was going on, but eventually it got really bad, especially on the sides of my face, like right here. That's mostly where I started to break out. A little bit on my forehead too, but mostly on the sides of my face, like by my cheekbones. So eventually I just said to my mom, I was like, you know what? I'm not happy with my skin. Let's clear this up. So she actually took me into a girl named Yana, and I can't remember what she was. She wasn't an esthetician or like a dermatologist or anything like that, but she was like a medical skin person. Like I can't remember exactly what she did, like a little bit of Botox, and she wasn't a doctor or anything. So she was like a professional, I guess, but not like a degree professional, if that makes sense. Anyway, so we went into this girl named Yana, and she took a look at my skin. She's like, oh yeah, you know, it's fine, whatever. We'll give you some products and it'll clear right up. And so, okay. We used the products, and I think they were called Zoe skincare products, so more of a premium brand. You can't just like go buy them at Walmart. So I started using Zoe skincare, and it seemed to kind of work at first. Like I would use like these pads that like you wipe on your skin. I can't remember what kind of products were in them, because looking back I was just like, okay, this works, I'll put it on. I had no idea what I was putting on my face, but I'd use little pads and a face wash, and just I would use the products that she gave me. And I started to use them and I was like, okay, this feels nice, and they'd work for a few days, and then all of a sudden they just stopped working. I don't know what happened. It's just like my skin flared right back up and I started using the products again, so we went back to her. I can't totally remember now because it was like 5, 6, 7 years ago. But we went back to her and we did another kind of products, like we switched products, and those didn't work either. So at this point I was kind of freaking out. I was like, you know what, whatever, we're just gonna stick with it. And so I was using those products and they kind of kept my acne at bay, but my skin still wasn't cleared up. Like, it was still there. It was just a little better, maybe a little better, but really I was still breaking out every day. Still wasn't confident with my skin, and I had been using these products for almost a year and I just wasn't happy about it. But I didn't know really what to do, so I just kept using those products. And then eventually I remember one night I broke out so bad. Like, I got like all these zits on my forehead, all of these zits on my side, and I just looked awful. Like, I remember looking at my face in the mirror and I just started bawling. I was like, you know what, this sucks. I hate my skin. And this is really sad talking about because I dealt with my skin for a long time, like 6th grade through, I want to say early 10th grade, even 11th grade I dealt with my skin. And it hasn't been until now that I feel like I've had my skin under control. And anyway, we'll talk about that a little later, but I dealt with my skin for years and I struggled with it. And it was definitely a huge insecurity for me. But I remember I just like bawling. I was like, you know what? This is not cool. This is not cool. And it was about this time that we had a family friend reach out and my mom talked to her. She was like, you know, Celine's not happy with her skin. She has been struggling with it. And this family friend, who's super awesome, she was like, she dealt with her skin too in her teenage years. And she said, you know what? I would just take her in. Meaning like take her to the doctor and they can help her there, you know? And she said that she used like birth control or something to get her acne down. And so my mom was like, all right, we'll take her in. And so I was happy at this point. I was like, you know what? I've tried everything. Let's go in. So we went into the doctor. Oh, also side note, I forgot to mention that I also tried dieting to help my skin. Like, I remember doing gluten-free and dairy-free to clear up my skin for a few weeks. And I remember trying it. My skin just got worse. I was like, okay, that did not help. So I tried that too. Did not work. I also tried a bunch of random face washes like salicylic acid and just a bunch of other stuff, and you know what? It didn't really do anything. And that's the problem, is that my skin is so sensitive that it does not want to budge. Like, I remember recently I went to Florida and we went to Universal and we had masks on and we had to wear our masks all day, you know, because you can't take them off. And so I had my mask on all day, and after like 2 days of being in Florida in that hot, humid climate, my skin was freaking out. So I remember taking off my mask and there was just like a line of zits. Like, you could see exactly where my mask had been on my face. Like, that is how sensitive my skin is. So sure, maybe some other things worked for you, but my skin does not want to budge. So we finally went into a dermatologist, and this dermatologist was really great. She sounded like she knew exactly what she was doing. We just told her about my skin. She asked some questions. She was like, all right, here's what I'm gonna give you. So I actually still have what she gave me. Actually, I'll show that to you guys in a second, but I started using this stuff. She gave me 1 oral drug and 2 topical drugs or gels that you put on your face. And so I started using these and I used them for like 3 months. I still didn't really see anything. I was like, oh, I'll just stick with it. Like, I have no idea what else to do. So we kept using the drugs and I kept using them like every day. And I was using a benzoyl peroxide face wash as well. So I kept using it. And eventually, finally, after like 6 months of doing this consistently, every day and every night, I finally started to see my skin clear up. And it happened kind of gradually towards the end. It wasn't like my skin was super bad and then all of a sudden I woke up and it was gone. No, it just gradually happened through those 6 months. My skin finally started to clear up. And let me tell you, oh my gosh, I was so happy. I was like, finally, this is over. And I remember just feeling so confident and happy because I was like, you know what, this is great. And my dermatologist, we were talking to her and she was like, you know, it's hard just to get your skin under control. That's the hard part, is just getting it under control. And then after that, it's a lot easier to kind of keep your acne at bay. And so I thought that was great advice. And that goes true for a lot of things. You know, it's harder to get it under control, but once you're there, it's a lot easier to maintain your good skin than to just rapidly clear it up. Eventually my skin did clear up, or it did get a little worse after I stopped using the oral drug and I started using it more inconsistently, like the topical stuff, because I was supposed to use that like forever or until my skin was better. And I remember stopping using it, or I stopped using it because I was like, hey, my skin's better, you know, like, oh, this is great. I don't have to use anything anymore. And my acne came back. So I was like, all right, we'll go back and take the same stuff. And so I started taking the same drug again and my skin cleared up again. And here I am. I'm still currently using some of the products or the prescriptions that I was given, and I wanted to share them with you because this is exactly what I used. And my recommendation for if you're dealing with your skin is to just go into the dermatologist. Just go to a dermatologist, ask them what it is that you should do, because they are medically trained professionals and they know exactly what to do with your skin. Looking back, I would have skipped all those like years, all those 5 years of struggling, trying random stuff, like trying to figure out how to take care of my skin, and I would have just went straight in a beeline to the doctor's office and said, you know what, tell me what to do because I have no idea how to take care of this. I guarantee that they know more about your skin than you do, and their job is to help people with their skin. So even though, hey, if you have to pay $200 to go into the dermatologist plus your medications, I don't care how much it's worth. I just wanted my skin cleared, and that's what I did. If you want your skin cleared bad enough, you'll be willing to, and you'll find a way to pay for the dermatologist because it's absolutely worth it. If I had not gone into the dermatologist, I don't know where I would be with my skin right now, because I just tried everything and I don't know what would have happened again if I didn't get my skin under control. Because that's kind of the theme here, is like once you get your acne under control, it's a lot easier to keep your skin glowing and healthy instead of just, you know, struggling with your acne. If you're struggling with your skin, go to a dermatologist. They can help you. Ooh, also I have this stuff that I used because I wanted to share this with you guys in case you do want to ask your dermatologist about it. I don't know about everyone because everyone's different, but I did want to share what I have been using. But first off, I started using an oral drug, or just like a little pill, called doxycycline monohydrate. And this is what they prescribed for me because it's used to treat acne, and I started taking it twice a day for like 3 months. I started taking it twice a day for 3 months. Or 3 to 6 months, I can't quite remember, but I started taking it twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. And after that, I started taking it once a day. So just gradually weaning off of it. After I stopped using it, my skin kind of flared up. So I'm back on the doxycycline, but my skin is doing just fine. Also, I used 2 prescription drugs or topical drugs to put on my skin every day too. So I was using 2, one in the morning, one at night. Again, I didn't start using them right away. Like, I gradually weaned into them and then weaned out of them. The first one that I used in the morning is called clindamycin phosphate topical gel. And it just looks like this. I don't know if you can see that. Wait. That's what it looks like. It's topical drugs. These, again, these aren't cosmetics or anything. So if you try to buy them at like Walgreens, don't think you're gonna find them there. But if your dermatologist knows about these, you can ask them about them and maybe they'll put you on them too. But I used clindamycin phosphate in the morning, and then I used another one called tretinoin cream at night. And this is what it looks like. Oh, can you see that? There we go. So I use tretinoin 0.025%. And I use this at night because your skin is really sensitive while you're using these products, so it's important to wear sunscreen. And so that's why I put this one on at night and the other one on in the morning. And then I was using my gel as well, or my oral drug. Also, I was using a benzoyl peroxide face wash as well because I didn't really understand how important that was until I started training to become a cosmetic chemist. But benzoyl peroxide basically cleans off all the bacteria on your skin. And that's really important because if you don't use benzoyl peroxide before you put on a topical gel or a drug like this, it's just not going to end up well for you, and it's not going to be able to penetrate the skin and get past all the bacteria. So I was using a benzoyl peroxide face wash as well. It was actually the one that I did in another video. I showed it to you guys. It's the Neutrogena Rapid Clear one. I was using that one like 2 to 3 times a week. And that, my dear, is how I cleared my acne for good. Just poof, gone. It's all gone now, and I'm so happy because I struggled with it for a really long time. And if you're struggling with your acne too, I definitely recommend that you just go to your dermatologist like right now and ask them to help you take care of your skin because they know exactly what it is that needs to happen. And that, my dear, is it for today's video. I hope you found some useful information about this. Again, what my dermatologist prescribed for me, they might not prescribe for you. So it all depends on your skin and your own personal needs. So just take this with a grain of salt and understand that this is what worked for me. I hope that this can work for you too, because I know that it definitely worked for me. And if you have oily, irritable skin, then this will probably work for you as well. Then again, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video and comment down below any thoughts that you have. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.